After 10 years of serialization in the weekly Shonen Jump magazine, My Hero Academia has now officially concluded, which is both good news and bad news for the fans. In My Hero Academia Chapter 430, the last chapter of the series, quite a few fans were anticipating there to be a time skip. That is exactly what transpired, giving fans an immensely thrilling time skip right at the start of this chapter. In fact, the opening of the chapter transported viewers back to the first chapter of the series, where the narrator, Izuku, reiterated the same conversation regarding how humans are not born equal. Izuku now says that this was the tale of how he and his companions became the greatest heroes, as opposed to his previous statement of how he became the greatest hero. Naturally, Izuku's name was inscribed in history, and that was due to the fact that he triumphed over the League of Villains and All for One. He rose to become history's greatest hero, but that title also brought him a great deal of pain. In addition to being permanently troubled by Shigaraki's loss, he ultimately relinquished his greatest ability, One for All. It meant that his story had come full circle, because he had once again begun his journey as a quirkless youngster. After 8 years had passed, a lot had changed in the My Hero Academia universe. Deku was no longer a hero. Rather, Deku worked as a teacher at UA. It was his responsibility to impart his knowledge to the next generation of heroes. Fans learned that he had lost One for All for good at this point. By the time the conflict was over, Deku still carried the embers of One for All within him. But it became evident that these flames had extinguished over time, leaving him quirkless. Despite not possessing a quirk, Deku wished to support the coming generation. He claimed to have become the greatest hero of all time by realizing his ideal, which ought to have been unattainable. He believes his dreams have already come true and no longer needs them after saving the world. However, he is at UA because he feels that it is now time to support others in realizing their dreams. Additionally, fans can see Aizawa assisting Deku at UA and urging him to be more harsh. Fans witnessed the introduction of a figure called Dai at this same point in the narrative. Like many other strong heroes like All Might, Deku, Dynamite, and others, this small child aspires to be a hero. But 8 years after the conflict, the world has advanced to such an extent that the proportion of villains has drastically decreased, while the proportion of heroes has stabilized. This implies that it is now far harder than it has ever been to become a hero. Because of this, young Dai's journey to become a hero is more challenging, particularly given his unique ability to create plates out of his hair. He doesn't exactly stand out among his peers, yet he still aspires to be a hero. This reminds me of Midoriya in My Hero Academia at the start of his adventure. It was only fitting that Dai and Izuku should cross paths, and when they visited All Might's statue together, they did just that. A small boy had suddenly tripped there, and in a desperate attempt to save him, Dai and Izuku stretched out to him. Dai's body moved on its own, and although Izuku saved him in the end, Dai's actions reminded him of a past version of himself because Dai truly ran out to save him. He asked Izuku if he too could become a hero, just like he once asked All Might. Then Izuku told him to do his best, and that he could become a hero. It was intended that passing on wisdom would be his new way of living and the new standard. Nonetheless, Horikoshi accomplished something unexpected in that regard. Deku was shown to be a hero once more at the conclusion of My Hero Academia. With the help of all his buddies, All Might gave Izuku a brand new set of battle armor. Significant progress was achieved in science following his wartime campaign against All for One. Izuku is once again a hero because he is in his own battle fit. His buddies paid for this battle suit, especially Bakugo, who has a great deal of sympathy for Izuku and has always wanted to help him, especially after feeling bad about what he did to him in the past. Thanks to everyone's hard work, Deku was able to regain his heroic status, and he and his pals set out to save lives and restore his ability to hear people's voices. My Hero Academia came to an end with them all going out to help people,